Resistance at 64, 77, 86, 98, 44, 12. Support below at 49, 38, 30, 20, and 08. Pivot 55, support 49, 38, 30, 20, and 08. Resistance on the upside at 64, 77, 86, 43, 98, and 44, 12. All right. Well, we are back at it again here today. The market here is reacting, obviously, to the geopolitical situations going on. And they have to be a little bit careful here with the trade, as we are still very, very fluid here. And market is going to make some moves. So make sure whatever trades you put on, you have your stops in place. Right now, we're looking probably, I would say, about 5-point stops with 5-point profit target, at least for the time being. Again, that could always change. We're coming up here against our 64 area that we're testing right now. A nice little rotation here against our 64 area. All right, so again, we scale into a position here, so hopefully we're able to get in a little bit before that, and a nice rotation here. We got up to 63.75 there. Hopefully you were able to get something in there on the down low end of the entry point there against the 64 area, and I had a nice rotation here against it. All right, still market is trading off of the craziness that is the what's going on with geopolitical situation there, and that's probably going to continue for a while. We have the the president doing his State of the Union message this evening. So I don't know if that could or could not move markets. Probably, I mean, usually can, especially if he throws something new into it. Who knows? So if you're going to be trading later on this evening, be careful. Obviously not what we are trying to do here is trade off hours. We just try to stick to the morning. So the State of the Union is going to be later on this evening. It could affect the market. Never know what could move it. Obviously, the geopolitical situation is front center, and that's going to be dominant, I guess. Who knows? The VIX is at 31. Well, the VIX has got back up there. A nice rotation here off of those highs. We got up to almost a 4,400 level. Again, if you're trading with the levels with us, the levels do work. We had the low kind of peg yesterday. We had 14, I think, if I'm not mistaken. What we have, and they got down to the 10 area. Yeah. So right there. Again, patience is important when you're trading, waiting for opportunities to find an entry point, to be confident in your entry point, to be confident in the trade that you're putting on. So we're trying to convey here with the levels that we gave out, in addition to price action opportunities that occur. And basically, we're scalping the market. We're looking for rotations of about 5 points on our trades to be able to scalp the market. And that's minimally. Obviously, you can trade, if you're trading multiple contracts, you have the ability to, squeeze some trades for more than 4 or 5 points, 6 points, whatever it is that you're looking for. As we continue to uptick here, next level resistance we have is up at the 77 area. Let's see if there's any numbers coming out this morning. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. Okay, if you came in a little bit late here, if you look at the chat box area, you will find the levels that we have printed there for you. There is a couple 9 o'clock numbers here. We got construction spending and ISM manufacturing index coming out here at 9 o'clock. Again, the numbers kind of taking a little bit of a backseat to the to everything that's going on, the fundamentals, at least initially. We'll see if that continues or not. Bond market, though, very, very buoyant here. Back yields of one down to 10-year 175. I mean, they were just above the 200 not too long ago. As we continue to rally, looking at the 77 areas, our next level of resistance that we're looking at to be able to scalp the market. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. So bond market, that big move there in the bond market with the geopolitical situations going on, a little flight to quality here, as can be seen not only with U.S. treasuries, but as well as European treasuries as well. So kind of a little more of a dance party that the Fed is going to have to deal with when they have to make a decision this month as far as raising rates are concerned. All right, so we can see we're very, very whippy here, very, very going all over the place, very, very fast. We got up to 474 area, flushed it back down. We have resistance up here at 77, sorry. The war in Ukraine will overshadow President Biden's first State of the Union address tonight, which is set to be broadcast from Capitol Hill at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. He will take the podium following 2 years of pandemic that has killed nearly 1 million Americans as COVID fatigue and the withdrawal of restrictions take shape following a sustained drop in infections from the Omicron wave. Americans from all walks of life will be tuning into the speech. That I don't think so, but okay. And while the message itself isn't typically market moving, comments or legislative priorities could show what is in store for various sectors of the economy. Consumer prices over the past 12 months have shot up to 7.5% amid soaring inflation at the grocery store as well as gas pumps, while energy prices have been exasperated by Russian invasion. Biden is expected to showcase the efforts he has taken to rally the world to stand up for democracy and against Russian aggression. He's also likely to point to the coronavirus relief package, calling it a catalyst for the fastest job growth in American history and the best economic performance since 1984. With price pressures remaining a problem, Biden will detail further efforts to tackle the cost that includes strengthening the supply chain, reducing costs of everyday expenses for working families, promoting fair competition, eliminating barriers to good paying jobs. Biden also plans to call on Congress to send him legislation combating climate change, but may thread carefully around his Build Back Better agenda, which was torpedoed by Republican opposition in a key Democratic holdout mansion of West Virginia. There's the market here pushing up here on the highs. We have a couple numbers at 9 o'clock. On the eve of Biden's State of the Union address, Manchin urged administration to boost domestic energy production, saying he's planning weeks of hearing on energy independence for both the United States and supported NATO allies, We produce energy cleaner than anyone in the world, and we're buying 650,000 barrels a day from Russia. It's ridiculous, totally ridiculous. Said Senator Lindsey Graham, also related that the Ukraine ambassador to the United States has asked for Russian oil and gas to be sanctioned. We're not using the energy sector as a weapon. We're not hitting Putin where it hurts most. Okay. Everybody's a chef in the kitchen, right? We'll see what happens with the State of the Union tonight, and then see what fallout that'll bring to the market. Again, obviously, geopolitical situation with the Ukraine situation is going to overshadow anything and everything, and same here with this numbers. It's going to be released here at the top of the hour. Anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Bond market again, very, very strong here. Flight to quality situation going on here with safe haven trade going in for treasuries, and that's across not only the United States, but it's happening in other European markets as well. I think for a moment there, Germany's 10-year day inverted. And considering what's the environment that we're in, they're kind of surprising. But it's people are nervous. And now support would be back around the 51, 52 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. We are trading many S&Ps here. We're looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on the levels that we gave out, plus price action opportunities that might occur. We're looking probably about 5-point stops this morning with the trades that we put on with the 5-point target minimally. Obviously, that depends on your risk tolerance and how you trade and how you can manage a trade. You can probably take a little bit more. Obviously, the first level up here worked out very nicely. Really nothing there, Richard. I mean, just because we had the level earlier doesn't mean it's going to hold on the way back. It depends on the price action and how it worked out prior to that. So not much. I would look at the 51 area. Like I said earlier, is a good support level. And if the 10 works, that's great, but we're not really looking for that. I mean, the 64 works, that's good, but not really what we're looking at to help us a strong support. Again, it's a matter of finding the proper entry point versus just getting in because old resistance is supposed to be support, right? So it's a 51 to 55 area in that range. it's fluid. The markets are very fluid, so you can't be perfect. But either way, your stop would be around 47, no matter where you're at. So if your stop is at 47, well, we also have 49 as our first support level, so that kind of works in with that. So 50 to 55, but our support level there is at 49. So we have some layers of support there around that area. So if the 55 is a little bit too risky for you, then wait for, like I said, 51 to 55. And then we have 49 as our first support. So kind of, you can see how it layers in support in that area down there. At least, whatever, make sure you keep your stop in place if the market dynamics push us through it. And we'll never know when they're going to decide to, hey, this is not good anymore. All right, we have a couple numbers, top of the hour here. Again, geopolitical situation kind of overriding everything. And we talked about this the other day, is that when you have we trade off of technicals, but obviously when there's geopolitical situations or when there are fundamental situations, like if there's a Fed the release of their minutes, or at a Fed meeting and they're going to release their interest rate objectives or raise rates or whatever, those fundamental overtake the technicals for a short period of time, and then technicals come back into play. So that's why we keep our stops in place, because we never know when those technicals are not going to work and the others will. Because you never know when there's somebody says something, creates some volatility that everybody jumps on. Somebody brought up algos yesterday. Again, we hope we are in the proper area to take advantage of those algos when they run out of steam. How's that? I guess that would be the best way to put it. Can we go with them? Sure, we can. If we can find the proper setup for it, then we can go with them and try to find a good entry point to let the algos do the work for us. But it's hard to find. I wish I could tell you where they are, but nobody can. At least if they tell you they can, they're lying to you. Shh, don't. I didn't say that. I didn't say anybody's lying. All right, the market drifted down to right around our pivot area there. We had support between 51 and 55 and got up to 55 and change down there and then popped back up. They're going to take the 600 lot out, probably. Yeah, they did. Market very fluid still. Kind of, goes down to 52, 55 area, and it pops up here to 65. It's not normal. If you think this is normal, it's not normal. Get these 10.5 minute bars, 15.5 minute bars, not normal. But it is what it is, and we have to adjust our trading to the markets, the volatility. All right, that's why we always adjust our stops accordingly, and that way it'll keep us in the game a little bit. Somebody's a little order pushing in here, a few orders. There's 1,000 lot here at 60. Could be the same guy that had the 500 lot above. Market swiftly coming back down here, support down at the 49 area. And come back here to our pivot as well. Again, this is a little area of support, but it touched the 55 area before, so I would be looking at the 49 right now. This guy got to sell his, coming right down here to the 51 area that we talked about. Guy sold his 1,000 lot. Again, 51, 49 support, so a nice little area here of support as the market continues to downtick. It was right up, but moving very fast, very fast. Keep your stops in place no matter what. All right. Again, if you don't like the price action, you can get out for lessen the number of contracts you have on, get out for a little bit of profit instead of, if you don't like the price action. If you want to lessen the risk, right? Everybody does it just a little bit differently. It doesn't mean that you're right or wrong for getting out before 5 points, right? Because you don't like the price action. And if you've been trading long enough, you'll realize, what price action you're looking for. And a nice rotation here against our 49 area, giving us our 5 points. They clicked up to 54. So nice little trade there. Again, it was just a matter of being a little bit patient and waiting for your entry point and getting a nice rotation up here to the 54 area. And just went down to 47, just took a couple points heat there. Not a big deal considering what is going on these days. So again, it's a matter of being patient, waiting for the entry point to get triggered, and then working the trade once you get in it. And obviously you need to have confidence enough to be able to enter the trade based on the work that we do. And in our education course, we show you why the level would work, why we think the level would work, and why you get in, how you manage the trade, how you scale in, how you scale out. All that is dependent on each individual's risk tolerance. And obviously everybody here trades a little bit differently. All right, nice rotation there against our 49 area that we gave out this morning. Again, if you look at the chat box area, you will find the levels that we used this morning. Our first level above the 64 worked very nicely. Coming back down here, our first level on the downside, this 49 area worked very nicely. There they are. Thanks, Don. And those are levels that we're going to use as a guide to the day, right? The volatility is being, pushed into the market again. So you got to be a little bit careful here and, stay focused. Keep your stops in place. You're going to get opportunities in these markets, that's for sure. But also waiting and being patient is a key to being successful as well. Sometimes you feel like you have to trade because look how fast these numbers are moving, and you're like, oh God, I'm missing this trade. You're not missing anything if you're going to lose money, right? The key is to find the proper entry point and to give you a good sense of confidence in getting into your longer short position. All right, so we're flat now. Next support level on the downside we have is down at the 38. Do I know, or do I think it's going to get down? I have no idea, right? I don't know if it's going to go back up to the highs or coming back down. No, if you could tell me, I would probably not believe you, but okay. We're right here, could do either way. Right now, if we stay, well, this could go either way right here. I'm not going to, still not very up in the air. I mean, the only thing is we're below our pivot, but that doesn't really tell us much. So patience right now, we're flat. Had a nice rotation off of our first support level. All right there, Philip. I love it when you say I'm green and gone. Good. It's good. Good. It's good. All right, coming back up here to our pivot area. So very, very neutral, as you can imagine. Don't have any idea one way or the other. That should be our motto, green and gone. Nothing wrong with being green and gone, I'll tell you that much. All right, we're just kind of hanging around our pivot area here. Patience is important. Waiting for opportunities there, very important. We rotated very nicely there against our first support level, also against our first resistance area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Get no problem answering. All right, coming back up here. A very, very choppy little trade. Again, if you wanted to stay long, or if you could stay long, then you're doing pretty good against that first level of support that we have. Coming right back down here to our bit. Very, very choppy trade. We have our numbers that just came out. Couple numbers that just came out here. Maybe that's why we kind of, well, no, they rallied at first and then came back down. So even the numbers, they don't know what to do with the numbers. But the numbers are out, coming back down here to the lows. The next support level we have is down at the 38 area. All right, the number comes out. They're on the up to 65, right back here down to 45 in a matter of like 3 minutes. Very, very choppy little trade. You gotta make sure you pick your spots. I know you feel like you have to trade or something because you see the market's kind of moving around, but that's not. It's very hard to pick these spots and say, "Oh, I'm going to ride this for 20. Oh, I'm going to get short up there when the market was rallying very strongly." Just again, we were neutral. Didn't have no opinion. Now we're coming back down here to the lows. Our next support level is down at the 38. All right, very, very kind of big range bound, but range bound. I don't know what's going to happen here. Just again, it is definitely choppy. See what will happen here once if it rotates back up to the pivot or not, who knows? Just chopping around here a little bit. A little bit of pressure, but the last time I said that they rallied it all the way to 65, so who knows, right? Support level we have is down at the 38 area. Market here just a little slippery. It's been slippery a lot. All right, market coming down here, got down to 40, bouncing up here a little bit. Very, very skittish right now, and coming down here to our 38 area now. All right, nice rotation there against 38 area. Got down to 8.5 there. I mean, they got to scale in a little bit. Can't be perfect. All right. So you got in there at this 39. Nice little pop back up there. Same bar, so very skittish. Surprising in the way it's trading these days. Nice rotation here. If you can, there maybe took a little bit of a same bar, so it wasn't like it was. Maybe got in top end, maybe got in the lower end here. Scalping the market based on the levels that we are given out here. How nice rotation there. If you did get in at the lower end of the entry point there against this maybe 37 area. All right. Well, we got up here to 45. So if you got 38, which is, people just played at 38, then you did fantastic. Got a nice 5-point rotation there against the 38 area. Got up to 43 and change. So if you got in a little bit better there because of the price action, then got down to, if you got in the lower end of the range there, if you got in at 20, if you got in the low end at 37, then you did okay as well. First level look there at 49, and also this just as good. It's an opportunity here to scale the market, and if you want to try to stay long, the 55 area, well, right now, probably 50 would be a good exit strategy if we get back up there. That's if you have any extra contracts left over. Taking profits here. Just keep one and hope we get up to 50. Take your profits, and then if you have extra contracts, then maybe break even and try to see if you get up to 50, but you're playing with that one contract. Maybe you're going to take it for 7-8 points instead. Everybody does their own thing. Everybody trades a little bit differently. I'm not saying that one way is right, one way is wrong. I'm just throwing different ideas out there as to how you can manage a trade if you have trading multiple contracts. All right, nice rotation there against our 38 area. Again, anything that we do here is a taught experience. We show you how to find these levels, understand why they would work, why we would take them. They're not just don't guess at these things. And we have an education course that teaches you how to find these areas and to manage them according to your risk tolerance. The goal of the course is to be able to let you do this on your own, to be able to find levels, opportunities on your own, and then to understand where to find them, why they work, and finding price action opportunities in addition to the levels that we gave out. If you look at the chat box area, you will see the levels that we gave out this morning. Again, these levels are there for the day. We can add to them, we can tweak them, we can adjust them a little bit based on the price action. All these things come into play as the market is trading, because it's fluid. And sometimes, we miss an area by a little bit, and you have to think about maybe, well, that area is not good anymore. But today we've been hitting our areas very nicely and been able to take a little bit more. Again, if you were trying to stay long here, this is a nice area to get out, right here up against our 55 area, which is our pivot. So if you did get in there at 38, I suggested if you keep your stop at break even, if you have extra contracts, and then try to manage that trade to see if we can get up here and try to, I said 50. Obviously, if you still have it, maybe up here at the 55 would be really good, but a nice rotation there against that 38 area and a nice pop back up here. So if you did manage to hold on to extra contracts, and this is a way of getting more than whatever your stop is on your trades that we're looking at. I mean, right now we're looking at 5 points. Again, I suggested you keep your stop at break even after we took some profits on the first couple contracts that you had, and then just see if we can keep. Well, again, could be 5 lots here, it could be 10 lots, whatever it is that you're trading. Nice rotation here, and you got a nice pop back up here. At least 15 points if you were just kind of watching the market. So again, this is we're trying to find these entry points, and then once you get into them, how to manage these trades once you're in them. And everything that we do here is taught. We kind of help you with finding those opportunities and then managing them, because managing the trades is the hard part of everything. All right, all the way back up here to our pivot area. Back to kind of, neutral. If you're anything, you're long from the lows down below there at the 38 area. Don, can we put up the levels again? Thank you. There are the levels again for those of you who might have been coming late or missed them. If you look at the chat box area, those levels that are there for us to use as the guide to the day. We focus on the morning hours here to help us with our opportunities to trade. We feel that those morning hours give us good bang for our money with the dynamics that the market in the morning creates. As the day goes on, the players are different, the traders are different, the ebbs and flows are a little bit different. the levels still are there to work, but the price action opportunities are a little bit different in the afternoon than they are in the morning hours. So we focus more on the morning hours to give us our opportunities to trade. And, I like to average about 4 to 5 trades a day. I think we've been doing a lot more than that lately. So, but we also, like I said, focus on the morning hours for us to get our good opportunities to trade. All right. Again, got up to what is it, 59 and change or 58 and change, came flying back down here. Very, very choppy, as you can see. Like I said, we're flat now again. Next support level we have is down at the 30 area. Right now, I would say resistance, yeah, I mean, maybe go retest to 74, if that, but we have 77 above that. Really, it could stop anywhere. As you can see, it's been stopping at 55, now here at 60, before it's at 65, so it's kind of jumping around here on the upside. But the next good resistance we have would maybe retest to 74, but we've got 77 right above it, so we'll just focus in on that. And if you've traded with us and you've made money on the levels that we gave out this morning, so really you can just be patient and wait, right? Instead of trying to find a trade in here in the middle. I know sometimes it kind of doesn't make sense to to wait, but objective here is to be profitable, not to trade. We're not just trying to trade for trading's sake. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. The funny thing is about that is that remember that there's a baseball strike going on. That's definitely taken a backseat to. I don't understand these baseball players and the and the owners. They just don't get along. There's always like a dispute with them. It's like crazy. And they get paid a goo gobs of money too. Those baseball players. I mean, I don't get the. I don't get it. All right, there, Tom. Good job. Yeah, I don't get it anymore. I mean these contracts are ridiculous. I mean, just the numbers are insane. There, we're in the middle of the range here, kind of very, very quiet, kind of sidewinding here a little bit. Uh, we have our parameters on the upside and the downside, so kind of just being patient. Don't know where it's going to go. It's very, very choppy. Bonds here continue to just stay strong. I mean, they have just been on a roll. They're up 2 points. They were up 0.23 points yesterday. The yield is less than that now. It's at 170. I mean, they were up over 2 on the 10-year. As definitely putting a wrench into the situation with the Fed, right? I mean, they are definitely in a weird predicament. As far as S&Ps are concerned, they're just chopping around. We had our nice opportunities there for our trades on the long side and the short side. And we really don't care which way markets go as long as they go, right? Upside, downside. There were days when I would be trading on the floor and I'd have a very busy day and I'd be all over the place, long, short, long, short. And then somebody tells me, well, what did the market do today? And it's like, I have no idea. No idea. And really, all you care about as a trader is the volatility, so you can get an opportunity to trade. And as far as which direction, you don't care. It's not your job to worry about it. Again, unless you're a position trader and that's what you are uh, trying to do, then that's great. And that's a totally different ball game. You're a long technical trader. That's another story too. Again, there's many different ways of trading. There's not one right or wrong way. You have to find a niche that fits into your personality, into your risk tolerance, and then make that happen and make it work for you. range bound here a little bit, trying to stay below the blue band. If anything, you're a little bit um, bearish, but as long as we get above 60, you don't want to be short anymore. All right, we're coming back down here to the lows. Our next support level is down at the 30 area. Bonds are rotating up here to the highs. Again, that is very natural when you're talking about a geopolitical situation as bad as it is. But in the face of what's going on with inflation in the United States, it's a bit of a problem here for the Fed to deal with. As the market continues to downtick, looking at the 30 area right now as our next support level. Okay, coming down here to the 30 area. Very, very fluid, right? Not surprising. And got you filled on the lower end of that 30, maybe up and down there at 29. Take some profits if you don't like the price action. If you're trading, multiple contracts, lighten the load here a little bit if you don't like the price action. It's trying for us. Bonds, though, wow, bonds just keep making new highs here. Just amazing. Really an amazing push up here in the bond market. I think that's what's pushing these S&Ps a little bit lower. Again, we talked about taking some profits if you don't like the price action, or if you, lighten the load a little bit if you're trading multiple contracts, and giving you another chance here to decide that with the pushback up here to third. Wow, it is just crazy little moves here. All right, just crazy little moves here. Nothing wrong with lightening the load if you don't like the price action. Or they get up to 32. Maybe you took some profits. If again, I was warning you about the price action there, how it was trading. All right. Then down, let me give you some levels here below the 08 if you're still there. No, he's not. Okay. Let me give you some levels here below the 08. We got 30, then 20, then 08, and then 42, 98, 91, and then 79. So below 08, 42, 98, 91, and then 79. Down also was green and gone, I think. was a new phrase that I like. Really, what's happening in the bond market's pretty amazing, if you ask me. Wow, bonds just amazing. And bonds are trading the June contract now. You don't get these moves in the bond market like they are. Those are big moves in the bond market here. All right, the market did go down to 25, 26 area there, and then rotated back up here. If you're keeping your got in there at the 30 area, even though it was a little bit tenuous there. If you kept with your 5-point stop, 5-point target, you did get paid off. Again, if you're trading multiple contracts, you have choices. If you're trading one contract, then that's fine. Just keep your stops in place and your profit targets in place and go with that. Nothing wrong with that either. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Again, I'll repeat the levels below. Next level on the downside we have is 20, then down at 08, and then below that 42.98, 91, 79, and 68 in case we decide to go lower. All right, market here, hanging here on the lows, kind of neutral, working on this 30 area. We gave you the levels on the downside. Right now, resistance would be around the 50 area. And like I said, anything above, get above 60, you definitely don't want to be short anymore. Probably if you get above 60, we'll be looking at the upper levels that the market might be testing. Downside, we gave support at 20, next support levels at 20, then 08, and below that 42.98, 91, 79, and 68. And we'll see what the day brings. So we had a few nice rotations off of our levels. Now we're just kind of hanging here on the lows. That could easily hold and push back up, or they can continue this push to the downside here. All right, patience is important. You have the levels, wait for the opportunities, and we'll get back here in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. I want to thank everybody for joining us this session of Trade Along Live with Saul. If you're interested in having Saul teach you and train you, mentor you and train you in a private classroom setting, let us know. It lasts for a year with access to this service on a daily basis as a proving ground and an access point to Saul as you're applying your newfound trading skills. Hey, Ariel, welcome aboard. Bruce, you signed up for Saul's friends and family. Let me know. I think you're on the list today. Just let me know. Make sure everybody is signed up. Hey, Carrie, let me know. Richard, everybody else, let me know that you're signed up. I'll send out the discount link for you so you can get it done now. We're here every trading day, focused on trading the S&P 500 E-mini. If you want to learn how to trade, let us know. If you want to learn how to trade better, let us know. If you are starting out in trading and want to get set off on the right foot, let us know. This is really an opportunity for you to work with individuals that have been doing this for a long time. I mean, Saul's been doing this for 25 years or so. He's a veteran of the trading pits in Chicago. He is a great resource for you as you are looking to trade and take risk. This is an educational only opportunity. So let us know how we can help you. I think that's the most important part here. Step up, be heard. Remember, money is money. Try to save your money. Try to conserve your money. And remember, risk capital can only be used in this endeavor. I would say, based on experience, that learning a trading discipline and getting good at it takes time and effort on Saul's part and on your part if you choose to go that route. A great idea to have somebody critique and adjust you based on your entries, exits, and stops, the one you've done or the ones you have done, the ones you may do based on your trading talent. And that's what we do here on a daily basis. This is tradealonglive.com is the entry in to this service as a guest, this Trade Along Live session from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. The body of the trading between 9:30, the opening bell on the cash side, and 11:30. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com is the website. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com is the website. We've got two offerings. Subscription service, Trade Along Live, which is this service, and then the opportunity to be part of Saul's class, his course, and his mentoring work. And we do that every trading day in private class. So let us know how you want to be part of it. All I can do is put out the links. You need to take charge of yourself, assess what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it. We do have an exit list on a daily basis of people that haven't stepped up and transitioned from guests to paid. So make sure you do that now. We don't want to exit you for life. You go into Zoom prison, the only way to get you out is by us going in there and actually retrieving you. We do that every once in a while, but not that often. So make sure that you're accounted for. And if you like what we're doing here, you're learning something, don't hesitate to pony up and not be a piker. Thank you.